Reproduction in oviparous and viviparous animals. We divide animals into two main categories, oviparous and viviparous, depending upon the birth of the young ones. There are animals which directly give birth to young ones. They are called as viviparous. Example, dogs. The picture also you can clearly see that dogs give birth to puppies. So animals which directly give birth to young ones are called as viviparous. Dogs, cats, cow, human being and many more animals come in this category. Next is oviparous. Oviparous animals are animals which don't give directly birth to the young ones. They first lay eggs. So they are egg laying animals. So egg is basically a fertilized egg is basically a zygote. So zygote divides and re-divides and give rise to a young one. So conversion of zygote into embryo and embryo to fetus and then finally laying of these animals coming out from the egg. We call it as hatching of eggs. So this entire phenomena takes place slowly and slowly. So these egg laying animals examples are birds. All the birds lay egg, reptiles lay egg. So hens, crow, butterflies, lizards, reptiles like lizards and snakes. So all these they lay eggs. So you can see hen laying a egg. So it is a oviparous animal. So oviparous spelling starts from O and egg also looks like a O. So easy to remember. Oviparous lay eggs. So one more animation to understand what are oviparous animals. Hen laying an egg. Metamorphosis. The series of drastic changes that takes place during the transformation from larva to adult is called as metamorphosis. So metamorphosis is a topic which is being repeated. You have studied metamorphosis in reaching the age of adolescence also. So during metamorphosis, there is a drastic transformation of larva to adult. So the young ones, they are not similar to the adult one, and with the passage of time, slowly and slowly, they grow up and change into adults. So I explained you in the previous chapter also that in frogs, butterflies, silkworm and many more insects, metamorphosis takes place, and for that in insect hormone is responsible, and in frog thyroxine hormone is responsible for this type of transformation. During metamorphosis from larva to adult, the organisms looks different at different stages. Example, frog, silkworm. Metamorphosis in frog. The life cycle of a frog has three distinct stages: egg, tadpole or the larva, and the adult frog. A large number of eggs are laid by the female frog. The tadpole gradually transforms into an adult frog. The adult frog is adapted to live in water as well as on land. It has a long and a forked tongue and breathes through its moist skin. So the tadpole has an aquatic life. It can survive in water, but gradually it transforms into an adult. An adult is amphibian by nature. Adult frog can survive in water as well as on land. So when frog is inside the water, it uses its skin for breathing, whereas when it is on land, it uses respiratory system just like us. It has a lungs. The hatching of fertilized egg of a frog produces a very immature young ones called the tadpole. It is adapted to live life in water only. It has a long tail and breathes through gills. So the young ones of a frog, which are called as tadpole, they are adapted to aquatic life. They can use gills because at this particular stage they have external gills, whereas frog doesn't have gills. They have a long tail. This long tail has stored food in it, which helps the tadpole to grow. So this is the life cycle of a frog. First stage, egg, tadpole. Tadpole slowly grows and then first the hind limbs, पीछे वाले पैर, then the forelimbs, यानी कि आगे वाले पैर, and this is how the body slowly grows up and changes into a young frog. The young frog transforms into an adult frog. Adult frog then lays egg, and this is how the cycle goes on. The three major stages in the life cycle of frog is egg, tadpole, and the frog, young frog. So here you can see the transformation of a tadpole into a young frog. Slowly hind limbs and then the forelimbs, and slowly the tail deteriorates. कि टेल धीरे धीरे गायब हो जाती है, पहले पीछे वाले पैर और फिर आगे वाले पैर आते हैं. So this transformation of tadpole into an adult frog. So these type of transformation takes place in few animals only, and this type of life cycle whichever organisms have, we call it as metamorphosis. Metamorphosis is shown in silk moth also. Silk moth has 4 stages: egg, larva, pupa, and then adult. So you have studied about silk moth in class 7th, and I have taught you in previous chapter reaching the age of adolescence also. Asexual reproduction, involvement of only single parent for reproducing is the method which comes under the category of asexual reproduction. So there are 2 methods of asexual reproduction: binary fission and binary fission. Binary fission is the most common asexual method of reproduction which is used in primitive organisms like amoeba, paramecium and euglena. So binary fission is the division of the parent cell into 2 and giving rise to a new daughter cells. So here you can see this is a single parent involved. First the nuclear division takes place, so you can see nucleus is divided into 2 and then followed with cytoplasmic division, and here you can see 2 daughter cells have present. So when organisms mature, it grows in size, its nucleus duplicates, cytoplasm divides in the middle. The single parent organism gave rise to 2 identical daughter organisms. So the primitive organism which is unicellular like amoeba, paramecium, euglena, chlamydomonas and many more divides or we can say reproduce by this method. So have a look of binary fission. So you can see that one cell is dividing into 2 daughter cells. So in this particular type of reproduction, only one parent is involved. So that is why it's considered to be as an asexual reproduction, as it doesn't involve any gametes, means it doesn't require any fertilization and doesn't require two parents at all. So second method of asexual reproduction is budding, which is very common in Hydra. So a small outgrowth called as a bud arises on the parent's body. The bud grows and develops a mouth and a ring of tentacles. So these are the tentacles. You can see the labeling also. The bud breaks off from the parent's body and develops into a new individual. So this growth slowly and slowly changes into a baby hydra, and which gets separated from the parent hydra and finally grows into an optimum size and also starts reproducing with the same method. So example of budding are in hydra, sponges and corals, and many more such organisms reproduce by budding method. So here you can see that how a growth is being shown in the hydra bud, then growing into a baby hydra and getting separated. So I hope you have understood budding method.